Hey everyone, the Wagon Wheel of Wisdom here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell notifications down below if you haven't already. Hey folks, Kevin here, and we're back again at the Wagon Wheel of Wisdom. Behind me as usual, beautiful wagon wheel, and hopefully under this Canadian stocking cap here, there's a little wisdom. Rocking the Canadian one today, even though I'm from the States, but sometimes here in Wisconsin I can tell you it really feels like Canada when it comes to the weather, but that's beside the point. Went for a walk today, did a little reading out of the book called The Power of Letting Go, and it brought up something that I think an area that I didn't really realize until just recently, something I've been continuously doing. And even to the point of the video this morning when I was reading through the aspect of my journal, this just kind of popped into my head as I was walking along, or excuse me, limping along, just trying to stay mobile to make sure my quad muscle's good to go. But one of the biggest mistakes that I've been making this entire time is in the movie of my life, on the screen, I have her instead of me. I'm going to say that one more time. In the movie of my life, I have somebody else as the focal point in this movie than me. And I'm just going to be willing to bet from a push energy perspective, it probably doesn't really get more push energy than that. And in the grand scheme of things, if I were to really be looking at this from an objectional level, a higher level beyond myself, that really has to shift to come into this state of complete wholeness and love for myself. As much as we, and as much as I sit here and dwell, I suppose, on a past that I cannot change, the reality is that isn't doing a damn thing for present day and the future. And if this person that we're constantly thinking about is more in the scene, the star in this movie than we are, then that is that's going to be a continuously huge problem in our life. It's going to create stagnancy, and it's going to make things, well, it's going to make the day seem, I suppose, rather treacherous, because if you're waking up each morning, that's the first thing you think of. And before you go to bed at night, that's the last thing you think of. It's going to inhibit overall growth. So the question remains then, how do we become the star in our own show? Sadly, I don't have the perfect pill for that one just yet, but realizations as they come along, I think, are the seed you plant in the ground, so to speak. So if you could, keep that in mind. Don't allow another person to take over your movie set. This is your movie. You write the script, not somebody else. That person might have been the star of your show, but again, they probably shouldn't have been. And on this journey, I believe we're really going to realize that at some point, or at least I sure as hell hope so, that, you know what, maybe the reality that we all signed up for on this is to become the star of our own movie. If you think back, and if I think back in all of my relationships, man, it really wasn't ever about me. And, you know, the more I do this mirror exercises and the inner work, I put so much emphasis and effort onto, you know, maintaining a status quo, I suppose, with my partners, and in a way just kind of bending to their will and bending to their needs, because I was always under this illusion, and I don't know if this is going to make anybody mad, but whether it was a girlfriend or a spouse, the happy wife, happy life bullshit, no. Well, let me put it to you this way. 100% of my relationships thus far have failed with that mindset. So, you know, there's that little aspect to it. So that would equate to the definition of insanity, which is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So what better point than October 19th, 2023 to come to the realization that, you know what, this movie set has a brand new lead actor in it, and that lead actor is going to be me. So I thought of that as I was limping down the bike trail today, and it really, yeah, you know, that's kind of the point of this. If realizations aren't happening for you on this journey, then I would reinvent the wheel and start looking at this from a different angle. There should be these little epiphanies. There should be these realizations. And as you begin to unload all of the old baggage from the past, these new things are going to pop up. And God damn it, I think that's the point of this. No longer is she going to star in this movie. She's taken up enough of my film as it is. So it's time for, well, to use a sports metaphor, Kevin's going to turn this franchise around right now. So just wanted to get that out to you. I hope that resonates with you. If you've been focusing too hardcore on them, that's because you think they're the star in your movie, and without them in that movie, the movie sucks, and that's not true. Make a brand new script starting today, okay? Do that for yourself and see what shifts. And if you're wondering where to start, I always lean on this. Start with meditating. Start with quieting that mind down, because your mind at this moment in time is probably your biggest enemy, and you just maybe don't want to admit it yet. I know it took a little bit for me to want to admit it, but that ego and that mind, when it's standing in your way, it's kind of a pain in the butt to move out of the way. It's the David versus Goliath in many ways. So just think about that. Be the star in your own show. Be the star in your own movie. This is your script. Write it how you want to. In fact, sit down and maybe write down 10 things about your life at this moment in time that you'd love to see different. And keep that list. And over time, see what things you're checking off. So start that today. Hope you guys are doing good again. Just wanted to get this video out as these little epiphanies pop into this brain of mine, and we'll go from there. So, love you.